Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So, this is going to be the summary for the new Danmantan for the orders I'm going to be putting in here, and then, of course, sent off. Last turn was alright, in fact, all things considered, compared to what we had seen in prior days. It was pretty good, pretty nice. I can see here that the DMS Hopkins over here has been clearing our mines at Wake Island. We do see a little bit further down, more mines being cleared. There we go. So they've cleared about 7 mines. I can't recall how many mines we'd laid, but not that many really with the submarines. But it is intriguing. It is intriguing. We did see previously before something identified as supposedly a tanker. And then there's obviously clearly a DMS there. It is interesting. What is he doing? What could he be doing? And it's an intriguing one, really. Supposedly there are still mines here, so that's good news at least. I'm surprised that we have not detected things this time, but we'll see. What's the weather over Wake today? Seems to be clear, as far as I can tell. But again, I might not get that information. No, I don't think I'd get that information, so not entirely sure. And there looks to be a little bit of cloud around Wake, so it might be just some clouds in the area there. But yes, what I'm doing over here then is third time is going to be the charm regarding Wake. I do want that regiment moved elsewhere ASAP so I can reform a division, but for the time being I will have the 33rd Infantry Regiment made available for Wake Island. The reason being we just need to go in with it. We had enough strength beforehand. It's the fact that they unloaded disorderly, they didn't have enough supply, things just did not go right there. We're not going to make that same mistake. Not that we particularly made a mistake per se, it was more so the fact that we just didn't know that he was here. That was the problem there, really. Alright, that was the problem. I think regarding, like, the opening of the campaign, maybe if we had bombed Wake Island we might have had a slightly better result, but then I do wonder, well, he didn't waste time in moving Wildcats to Wake Island. So I think it might have helped, but I don't know if it really would have changed the situation. Considering how quickly the carriers were on the station, perhaps. But oh well. That's all hindsight, and we can't really change that now. And what I'm doing here then is I'm moving the cargo over here as well. You're going to be on set to remain station. I swear this sometimes changes. So yes, she's on remain on station. She's going to be obviously following the task force very closely. I am sending out this supply. These are just kind of a little bit of supply over here, and then I'm going to be sending out an oiler as well. That's going to be following them shortly. The Shiriya. I'd have to take a look at that. I couldn't see the fun there properly, which is probably why I'm butchering that pronunciation. But yes, we're going to keep the cargo with the actual invasion force. I did consider having it moved out here forward ahead of time to actually deal with potentially Wake. But we'll see. Now, in 2 days' time, you can see we have this force over here, which is a base force. And that is moving to Niwatok. That is 10 hexes away. They move at 6 hexes per phase. So we're going to have to wait about 2 days. But what I'm going to do then is, not today, but tomorrow, is I will transfer the H6K4s over here at truck, and I'll transfer them to Niwatok. What I will then do is actually have them, of course, run naval search perhaps, but I think what I'm going to do is probably have them set towards some sort of reconnaissance, really. What I'd like to do is get an idea of what Wake looks like before we go there. There is a possibility he may have reinforced the island. That is a potential. Now, it's not a terribly difficult problem to deal with per se. I'm gonna have the AK moved over here to Saipan so I can at least get an AK loaded there. And we do have the ability to rearm due to having AKs. So really, I'm going to bring in additional AKs down to this area. What I'll have to do is probably have it load up there and bring it closer. But we do have with the cargo, we of course have a heavy cruiser, but we have Haruna Hiei and Kirishima. So, we have some actual decent bombardment capabilities. We actually have some firepower here, which is nice. It's going to be intriguing. There's a lot of mystery as to where his carriers are right now, and it is worrying. What I'm going to be doing with my own carriers down here, the Kadibatai, it's going to be moving 9 hexes over here. I'm not going to remain terribly long here in the area. I dislike being in this area too long. I dislike being known about too long. So we are going to be leaving this area relatively soon. I do want to make sure that we can actually look after ourselves though to a degree. Now likely what I'll do is I'll likely offload a squadron of zeros next turn perhaps. Today perhaps. And then what I'll do is have the carriers begin to make their way northwards, perhaps. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know where his carriers are. I'm not going to move into the Coral Sea. We don't really have much information about over here. He could simply be moving around. And then back up, perhaps. So we're going to be very cautious. This is why I'm going to have additional H6K4s established in Naval Talk. We're going to be quite cautious. Wake is an objective to be secured, but we're going to take it cautiously, really. We're going to really try and take this the right way. I'm going to make sure that we approach from the right angle. I'm going to make sure that we approach as far away as possible from what could be on the other side there, really. At least by having a Naval Talk, we can actually extend our search coverage a little bit further there. So you can see from that position there, that's 11 hexes out from Wake. Now, that's important as at least it gives us some prior warning. Not enough, frankly, as he could obviously have information. He could be pretty much waiting for us really a little bit further out. So that's the problem. But as much prior warning as possible is always going to be useful to us, really. Can't say no to that. But we'll see. We do have subs here. I think I may have these subs as well join the area here as well, possibly operating a little bit further out. But we need to identify whether there's actual shipping over here or not. I mean, maybe... I can't say. I'm not sure if it is a tanker. It might have been some sort of AK, perhaps. What I don't like is the fact that he was able to move shipping to Wake Island, and we really didn't have that much of a clue about it. We saw it, but we saw it when it had already arrived, and I don't like that. I do not like that. There's much that we have to do, and there's not much that we can really do immediately. It's going to take some time. Now, I have gone ahead and actually spent some political points over here to actually reactivate the lost carrier group aircraft from the actual carrier groups. So if I go ahead and let's see, go around here, just go around here. I forget which one it's in now. I forget which one it is. And let's see, will it come up here? Let's see, aircraft losses, destroyed air groups. Yeah, okay, so they've been rebuilt, as I said so. I forget when they arrive. That's ground. Group reinforcement, there we go. Okay. Let me sort by fighters. Days until arrival. Right, so you can see here, Hosho 1A, Shoho. Shoho is obviously going to be a rivalry, Shoho. Hosho 1A, that's intriguing. Ryujo. Right, there we go. Yep, Hosho. Hosho. Indeed. Obviously, the others would be the fighters, so they'll not show here. But we're looking at a few days until they're actually made available once again. So 39 days until that's reformed, which is incredible, really, from the Ryujo. But at least we'll be back in the future. And then we'll be able to make use of them. It gives us additional squadrons to make use of. I can have them resized aboard Karga, perhaps. Which would be rather nice. Now, we did have an issue here. I think what happened is, I believe they were on remain on station, but I think what happened was that they were down to low threat tolerance. As far as I'm aware, it might have been I just forgot to change it to remain on station, because obviously when you create new task forces, sometimes it will be a different setting. But what I've told the actual heavy cruisers over here, one of them is going to be running night naval search, one of them is running day. Or they might be both running night naval search, I forget which one it is. But one of them is going to join, actually merge into here, the other one's going to be following it. They likely are going to be tanked over here. That's not terrible. We might have some damage, but I can have that damage repaired. PT boats are nasty. They might cause some damage, but we still have a good number of actual PP boats. We have some cruiser mine layers as well. Yuzuki as well. So at least we actually have some escorts in here. And these cruiser mine layers, I mean, you're only carrying 40 mils, but 40 mils are still good against PTs. Yeah, this cruiser mine layer here has 14 centimeter guns. I mean, that's got like cruiser armament. It's actually a very nice one. I would prefer this one not to be destroyed by any enemy submarines, but I'm not going to hold my breath there. Okay. What I've gone ahead and done then is, you see over here there's 4 G4M1 Bettys. These guys are stood down. What I've gone ahead and done then is transferred them from Kandarai over here to Jijambe. I've also transferred some Kaya-43-1Bs, the Hosho 2B1, B5N2, just a single one remaining over here. He didn't have the range to actually make it to the carrier, so I transferred here to Jijambe so I can then transfer aboard the carrier. I did have a 0 that I could transfer from Malaya onto the carrier, so I did that. But yes, I've transferred the G4M1s over here. It is going to be overloading the amount of aviation support here. Though not terribly much. Not terribly much. I mean, we've got 23 then, 24 in time. So not as bad as would have been potentially feared. I'm going to get some aviation moving up, in fact. Let's see. I'll take you and actually have you be in marching there. To Djambe. Get a little bit more aviation there. But the reason why I've done that is over in Naval Search at 21 hexes, you can see... That's 22. There we go. That's 21 hex range. You can see that is 23 hexes out from Palembang. Not dramatically... It's not going to have a dramatic effect per se, but it will give us additional naval surge. What I'm going to be doing here with the MKB is the MKB is going to be moving this way. Now that's 7 hexes away from the MKB, just in case they do potentially move a little bit further. I always like to try and make it just a little bit beyond here, just in case. They should move 6, but I'm just putting it there just so we know where they're going to be going. I don't think they'll move more than 6, but I don't know. I think it's just me being a little bit superstitious. But yes, so they're going to be likely here tomorrow. They will be here tomorrow, I believe. I might be wrong. They might be here. This is going to be a little bit of a test week, so I forget how it works sometimes. So if we can take this position here, you can see that they'll be within 18 hexes of Djambe and 20 hexes of Palembang. The good news is that obviously that is 21 hexes. So you can see that they're going to be within naval search range. But importantly, you see here, that's 21 hexes from a low star. Is it a low star? Yes, from a low star, we have 15 hexes. So what it does then is essentially it creates like a nice band of naval search in this area. Naval search in and of itself isn't going to do anything, it isn't going to protect us. But the information garnered is invaluable because it gives us an idea of what's going on in the area. What I've gone ahead and done then is I've told them to head this way. We headed south there, and I might change my mind, to be honest. In fact, yeah, I think in fact I'm just going to go straight again, perhaps. Maybe, yeah, maybe not as much that way. A little off straight, in fact. I was thinking about that, thinking that would be nice, but then again, it gives him potentially an opportunity to cut the cord runners, and I really do not want that. Let's see. It's just a little bit off straight. I guess straight for the time being. That's 8 hexes, so they're not going to make that. Let's see. Let's go a little bit there. I don't want to go straight. So that's 7. Okay, that's 6. So it's not... Yeah, so they'll go straight there, then southish. So that's okay, we'll go with that. I'm still running here. I mean, it's complaining about the actual fuel. I do have fuel in the actual ships there that I can actually put into the destroyers. We're not going to run out. I will be able to capture bases on the Sumatra coastline before that happens, really. Ideally, I'll be able to fix the situation as well. But what we're doing here then is, I'm just looking to just get as much distance as possible, really. So this position here would be 20 hexes, so at least would be within a little bit of the naval search umbrella, and then we can move closer towards it. I'm going to be aware of what's in this area. We do see a submarine over here moving west, which is intriguing. He's likely to expect us to move in here. We're not going to do that. We're going to linger somewhat in this area, perhaps. Or maybe I just do go straight. I think we'll go straight. I know it sounds crazy, but just more distance, I think, is probably the best thing right now. Yeah. The further that we can be away from over here, the better, really, right now. We do have 3 submarines that are going to be operating on patrols in this area, trying to sink some of these actual ships over here. Now, Hermes was in this area. She could be following us, and I think that's probably wiser, just to make sure we maintain distance away from him, really. If Hosho survives, then we're looking good there. That's what's important. So you can see that we have these guys both operating 100% at night. The reason is out of 10 as well. The reason is to try and give us warning. All about warning. Looks like we're missing a pilot here, so probably pilots in there. You can see these guys run 100% search in the day. I'm going to like put a little bit of rest there so we don't get too much fatigue. These guys, I'm going to do the same. A little bit of rest so we don't burn ourselves out there, but enough to obviously keep up the efforts. I'll lower that altitude, in fact. No, 5's okay. 5's okay. Yeah, we're expecting torpedo bombers, so yes, 5 is okay. If it was dive bombers, maybe a little bit higher, but then again, it's one of those of like, they drop their bombs about that altitude. And we are going to be bombing Rangoon over here. What I'm going to do then is I'm increasing the amount of bombs hitting Rangoon tomorrow. I then think it would probably be worthwhile to give our fighters some time to rest, or the A6M2s, give them some time to rest there. But we are setting up actions. I've transferred some Ki-27s from Samarinda over here to Marie. I've got some of the Ki-27s at Samarinda running cap over BLeAcHACiD. The reason why I wanted that over here to Marie is I had previously seen that he did have... Yeah, look, he's got detection over here. I don't like the fact that he's got detection over here. I really do not like that. He's operating some sort of auxiliary aircraft in this area, so I'm not happy about that. Now, let's take a look over here. I don't think any of these guys have any squad support. No, it's not going to happen then. Okay. I was thinking about taking that island there. He could be operating out from Kuching, to be honest. He likely is operating from Kuching. But we'll see about that. In fairness, I do need to run some reconnaissance over there. Right, these fellows. Divide that group. Right, there we go. And what I'll do then is have one of them run reconnaissance over Kuching, so we can try and get an idea of what's going on there. I'm going to run some reconnaissance over this base, because, well, we have some information there, but I don't have a lot of information. I want to figure out what's going on in the area. Over here. Let's do 50% as well. I'm going to have them run reconnaissance in the local area. And then I'm going to have them shifted out to either potentially to Malaya or elsewhere. We'll have to see about that. I'm looking for where there's actual airfields over here. We may go ahead and actually secure that base there shortly. I could do that. We'll see. I'm going to launch an attack over here at Singapore. I had contemplated actually marching these forces in, but I think no, we'll keep them there. Well, actually no, I'm going to have them move in combat mode. They're still in combat mode, so obviously they'll be able to give their bonus, as far as I'm aware, to the fight here. It's only if they're not in combat mode, I believe. But yes, we'll have them begin moving to Singapore. The reason being that support will be quite welcome. Well, actually, you know what? I might as well have them remain stationary. I can make that movement. So it's one of those of like, I could move in combat mode and then move in movement mode, but even if I move in movement mode after combat mode, I'm still going to need another day's march anyway. So I might as well just have them remain stationary and then just do 2 days of movement mode. Ideally, we secure Singapore tomorrow. I've been saying that. It's gone on longer than I could have expected, really. Definitely a testament to the actual tenacity of the defenders there. But the situation is almost at an end. Almost at an end. And the beautiful thing here is you take a look at that we have, and this is something I completely forgot to bring up, to be honest, is once we actually do secure this rail line here, i.e. defeat these units here, which I'll probably do after securing the base at Kuala Lumpur. Let's see, 4th Tank Regiment there. Okay, they'll arrive. Put them in combat mode. Right, put them in combat mode. I think we will launch an attack over here. It is clear terrain as far as I'm aware. Yes, it's clear terrain. I had contemplated actually leaving that and attacking later. But I'm also moving that tank regiment there to Kuala Lumpur. I mean, he could march there, but I think he'll retreat south. Ideally, he would retreat there, but that's not... oh, there's some secondary routes in fairness. We'll see what happens. See what happens. I need to get down there towards Kuala Lumpur. It's suggesting there's 6 units there. In fact, what I can do here then is actually run some reconnaissance from here. Yeah, it's only next door. There's no airfield there anyway. As we'll run some reconnaissance over here then. SynCap, actually no, SynCap would be potentially useful. Is there capacity there, Padang? Actually, let's see, Padang and Benkulin there. Let's get an idea what's going on. We will have the SLF arrive tomorrow at Oosthaven. And so tomorrow they'll arrive. The day after then Oosthaven will fall, which is good news. And so what we're going to do then is actually figure out if there's anything here at these bases. What I need to do is I need to secure the airspace over northern Java. And that's a difficult thing to do because obviously he's fighting for a very large base. He's flying defensive missions, so it's one of those where it takes some time to beat him back. But in fairness, he has been flying defensive missions from Batavia with the Dutch aircraft, namely due to the fact that they're probably going to be gone in the near future anyhow. And he's looking to get lucky. Something I have done, by the way, is over here. These guys are going to be running the attack there. I'm going to increase the amount of search, make sure they find something. And I don't want to have too many of them in a strike as well. So we'll only have about, let's see, make that about 30-40, then we've not got too much out there. These guys are running 10 cap, 60 rest, so about 70%, 30% of them will be out there. I don't want to have huge amounts out there. I don't want to burn lots and lots of fatigue. So we'll do that. They're going to give us some good information. They're going to be operating here. What I'm doing as well is the Yamada detachment over here. He's going to be running escort mission for the G3M2s. They're going to be striking out there. Yeah, go with 30-20. Actually, I'll up that. Actually, no, I'll leave about 50% of them that can attack. At least there are not too many going out there. At least we're not burning too much as well. We'll actually have some escort. I do worry about Surabaya. I do worry about that. I do not like how many ships he actually has in there. But I'm hoping that they'll be able to actually go ahead and hit these ships over here. As you can see, they're 9 hexes away right now. 14 is the range which we'll be striking to, which is bad there. So ideally, we can do that. Ideally, we can actually hit them and sink some more of that ship in there. That would be nice. I'm moving the actual regiments. There's the 9th regiment I need to move. And also the regiment that is headed towards Wake over there. I need to get those regiments and I need to get these forces. The forces from Ampon as well. I need to get them moved over to Monado. I need to reform the divisions. Not so much at Monado, but I want to move them to Monado so I can move them elsewhere. But if we reform Monado, then we'll reform Monado if we can. Unlikely. But what I need to do is I need to reform the divisions in this area. Form them, really. Yes, we have the 56 here. So you can see the 56 is mostly aboard there. But then you see 113th there. Okay. 194th. That's 90. That's 127. It's 4. 194. Okay, let's find that again. So 99, which is there. 94. Go back. There we go. Ambon. Benjamarson. Which is obviously over here. Mekasar and Kandari. I'm flying the 56 from Mekasar over here to Monado. The forces of Kandari are going to be picked up and transferred to Monado. 87, which is moving out. Yeah, they're moving out as well, as you can see. So we're going to get them moving. 56 reconnaissance, we're going to get them moving. Obviously, then I'll be able to reform the 56th Division. I'll probably do that at Benjamin, perhaps. And then at least I'll be able to actually have a reformed division. I think likely what will happen is, if we take a look at the state of the divisions over here at Singapore, the 4th Division will remain here at Singapore to recover. There's 164 over here that will need to be recovered. I will have the 2 headquarters. I was going to have them move into Singapore, but we'll attack, and then if they don't succeed, then I'll move them into the hex with the actual divisions to increase their support. But the 4th Division will remain behind at Singapore to recover, due to the fact that it's a large base. There's going to be a large amount of supply, I'd imagine, over here as well, which would be quite useful for that. What we'll do then with the resultant 2 divisions is the 33rd and the Imperial Guard Division. Probably give them a little bit of time to rest as well. But I would imagine Imperial Guard Division's in pretty good shape, to be honest. 410 AV is pretty good. So what I might do is I might have 33rd and Imperial Guard Division more or less immediately made available to land over here at Bagoo. So what I would do then is have the 2 divisions committed to that, perhaps. Though saying that, I could potentially have 33rd Division, or indeed even Imperial Guard Division made available for Java. So Imperial Guard and 56th Division. Obviously we do have another division in this area that I will have to reform. That one's going to be easier said than done. Let me try and figure out where it is. So there is 20th Infantry Regiment here, so you see 16th Division. So 16th Division, yeah, okay. This one will be easier to actually assemble, because you can see the 87th. 7th and, yep, where they are. 69106. 9th obviously can be transferred there in the near future as well. But then we have a 33rd. So, yeah, let's take a look at that then. So, that would be 16th, 56th, and then potentially either the 33rd or the Imperial Guard Division, which would give us about 3 divisions for Java. Java is a priority, but it is lower on the scale when compared to, like, Burma. I want Rangoon. I really do want Rangoon. I want to shut down Rangoon, and I want to begin to actually move along these bases over here so we can actually try and creep our way towards India, really. The sooner we do that, the better. The more brutal we do that, the better. So we'll see about that. We do have 2 divisions over here in Malaya. We do have a lot of forces assembling over here at Georgetown that could be moved. So we may not even take the 33rd Division. We might have 33rd and Imperial Guard Division go south. But there are 2 divisions that are already assembled at this moment in time. If we take a look over here, we have 30th Division. This was one I was considering using the political points to actually reassemble with the 2 regiments we hit in Erkkijuusto. This will probably be the division that I'd buy out first in the future due to the fact that it is a little bit cheaper. But not yet, not yet. It's 11th. So you see that we have the 5th Division here, which is slowly but surely reassembling. Which is good, so that gives us a division in the near future. Over here then we have 55th. Yeah, so 55th has a regiment over there in Palembang, Tamla, Taiping. Yeah. Let's double check here then. Not Jambang. 124th is 31st Division, which is another one when it's broken up, where you have some in Nanking in China, Hankow and Palembang. It's a bit weird when it's broken up like that, but hey, it's Southern Army, I can make use of it. So we do have 2 divisions. We have one where it's the majority of the divisions in China. We have another where the majority of the divisions in Korea. But we have 1 division that can be reassembled here. There's 18th Division, I think it is, or 16th Division. I think it's 18th Division. 18th can be reassembled. So you can see we'll have 55th Division, I think it is, 18th Division, and obviously elements then from 2 other divisions over here, the one in Korea and the one in China. So that's still a strong force when combined with the Thai forces as well, which is very good. So you can see over here with the Thais, we have 484 there. We have another 146 there with the 2nd RTA. So we will have, what, like 600 or so assault veil there, which will be quite good. I'm going to have that all assembled in one mine, as much as I can really, and then push across here. What I would like to do is, we're going to need reconnaissance over the Bagoo. We're going to need that. What I'll do then is, when they give some information that I can work with regarding these bases in this area, is I'll then transfer them to Thailand, and I'll have them begin running reconnaissance over here. Though in fairness, I think I should do that now. Or do I? It's one of those of really what's actually more relevant to us. Do I really need to know what's in Padang and Bengkolan? I'll do it today, and then I'll transfer them to Thailand, and then we can actually gather some information. So I need to know where the HH1s are, but this is it. We'll gather some information down in Sumatra first and Kuching, and then we'll move north once we have that information, because I don't imagine numbers will change dramatically. Over here in Luzon, what I'm doing is the 65th will arrive at Clark tomorrow. I believe so, yes, it will arrive there tomorrow, I think. 24, marching, yeah, so it'll arrive tomorrow, yep, it's got 24 now. It should march. Even if it marches another 24 tomorrow, it'll still make it. They're moving along major roads, so they're not going to have to struggle. So we'll move them down there. I'm also moving the independent engineers over here. They're going to take 2 days to arrive. I'm moving the 14th Army. Well, actually, I'll get them moving. Get them moving. Yeah, get them in there. I do have a headquarters arriving here at, is it Naha? Naga. There we go. So they're going to be arriving there, the 5th Fleet. 5th Fleet being a command. It's going to be very useful. There we go, command HQ. So you can see commander's radius is 9. So they're planning for Clark. So that will give us the headquarters. It will give us a second headquarters with the actual core headquarters over here as well, taken into consideration. So it should actually help our chances to actually have really good roles essentially in combat. Having the headquarters directly in here will help, as it will give us more support. They do have, it's not terribly bad, but some additional support would be nice. That's why headquarters are good, because they're really nice like that. I do need to get headquarters moving out from here at Babardo, in fact. So let's take a look. Can I actually accomplish that? I think I mentioned it last time, but I might have forgot about it. Yugumo can go that way, so I need her to go into port truck to actually go ahead and repair. Whoops. Yugumo. You go back in there. I'll take that patrol craft. Right, let's see. Amphibious. Right. I do have an AP, which is really, really handy. I would prefer to transport it on more than just that, but let's see. If I was to make a fast transport mission. Fast transport. So I don't be able to use that. I guess we'll have to transfer it aboard the AP. We just have to be really... I just kind of have to pray there, really. So PC. Okay. I'll put Abukuma Suga in there along with the Kaki. Yeah, patrol craft. There we go. But that means I can have a second headquarters there relatively soon. I wish I'd actually thought about the 16th earlier, but hey ho. Looks like it's not going to be able to carry everything there. We can have other ships send that. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to arrive tomorrow, in fact, with 2 AKs. Right. Okay. Not that one. Right. Merge into there. Okay, do that. What I'll do then is, while they are there loading everything up, is I'll take, not Yugumo, take you and you, and have you actually sent out once again. Might as well. Because I need to continue to patrol around these waters. We have seen that he has actually slipped some shipping out in the past. I do wonder where that will turn up. I do feel like I will eventually detect it, but he could be moving it out towards Wake. So I think it's one of these of the sooner we shut down Wake, the better. The more surge we have in this area, the better, really. I dislike the fact that there is apparently holes here. He must have gone potentially north. He might have gone potentially here to Samar, perhaps, but I doubt that. He did seem intent on breaking out. The AS probably made it out. It's probably somewhere in these waters here, and that's why I find it stressing, really. We'll try and sort that. What I'm doing over here, then, is... escort. Yes, we are sending a good few thousand tons of fuel that was already loaded in these tankers over here. The reason why I'm sending these guys out is I want to have that shipped out towards... really, I want to have it sort of into Lagi. That'd be nice if I could actually get that fuel into Talagi there. The reason being, Talagi is going to be one of my actual centres for submarine operations, really. I would like to actually get some fuel down here to Kopang, but we're going to see how the situation develops over here. It's a little bit risky with the submarines in this area right now. I do have tankers that are going to be moving into BLeAcHACiD tomorrow, so these 4 over here would take fuel down to Kopang as soon as able, really. We see there's active with his bombers over here, so we'll see how that goes, but they're likely going to head this way. Okay, they're running these missions here. Okay. Righto. I am preparing these forces over here. I'm going to transfer the 9th JNF from Jolo to Tarakan as well, as that gives me then a unit to work with aviation support, which is good news. Looks like that's going south, which is intriguing. But yes, we're going to prepare for Tarakan. I'm going to prepare there. I'm considering as to whether I should bring Mayoko into there. I'm considering actually she might be worthwhile actually to have, and I think I'm going to have her move into Jolo there. The reason being, she doesn't have much in the way of ammunition, but that's actually probably not a bad thing. We don't really want like a ship to bombard Tarakan per se, in case we actually hit like the refineries or something of that nature. But I do want to have her armor, as she can take some shots. So that's worthwhile. She still has some ammunition, she still has secondaries and etc, etc. Just enough there to actually help us. So what I'm going to do then is I'm picking up these troops over here from Porto Princesa. That's going to take a little while there. Now move in force. It's going to take 2 days for it to arrive down here at Jolo. Maybe a day event to unload. But what we'll do then is we'll reform that Naval Guard unit. So we'll have 3 of them. 3 is probably overkill, really. But due to the actual terrain at Tarakan being a swamp, it's pretty damn nasty. I believe it is ×3. So what I'm doing is assembling forces to go ahead and take Tarakan. I could have them potentially change tack and take like Cebu, but I'm going to take Tarakan first. The reason being that if we take Tarakan, it's another large airfield taken out in this area. You see there's a free for the airfield. Borneo is almost cleared. I want to conquer Borneo in its entirety first, essentially. Of course, I say that as there's forces over here, but we'll deal with those in time. I've been building up SunYan, actually. So SunYan's getting closer and closer to a level 4. It's not a priority to be a level 4, but I feel like it is actually a useful base to have built up. I'm going to have these forces move to the north there. The reason for that is, well, it's handy. It's one of those where in the future it could come in handy. It's not a great deal of supply expense, but it just gives me another base where I could quite actively defend there. I don't know. It's one of those of whether they are not, but I think it's worthwhile. It doesn't cost too much. I think it's one of those where it's a nice position where it can actually help to defend here and potentially in the future. The reason being, well, what if Palembang is under consistent bombardment from bombers? At least then I can actually fly it from SunYan. It just gives us additional airfields then potentially to use. I like to try and have like a large airbase in the area as well on each of the islands, so at least we have that. But we'll see. There's not really many justifications for it right now. It's more sort of like a future concern. I think I'd like to have a base there that is sufficiently large. It's good at a size 3, but I think a size 4 would be nice. Make it something of a permanent base in the future, if needs be. But we'll see about that. We'll see. Okay. I'm moving paratroopers over here by that way. So the Yokosuka 3rd and the 1st SLF are moving over here to the Low Star. You can see that the airfield here is undamaged. There's only a little bit of port damage, but there's a couple engineers to repair that. I'm moving, well, I've already moved transportation aircraft, so you can see the L3Y2s, the KI-57s, and yes, the other KI-57s. What I'm going to do then is actually have them made available to drop on these bases over here, in fact. I believe these ones are empty. The reconnaissance would be handy over here as well, but we'll go for that. There's some decent amount of assault value on these bases here. But what we can do then is I could land and secure those 2 bases there. And importantly, it allows me then to move over here, potentially secure that base if I so we should do so. But I think it would be better just to like probably drop them there. But yeah, once we do clear Singapore, and probably before we clear Singapore, I'm going to do it once we have the paratroopers in position, really. I don't think Singapore's going to take that much longer. It just can't. They just don't have ability there. Not in my opinion. Maybe I should have been bombarding the airfields, but then again, it's one of those I don't think it falls too far away. Level 1's not too bad. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't fall tomorrow, then I think I will bombard. Well, I think I will bomb the airfields perhaps, try and keep the damage. We'll see. It's one of those of where we're already there. We've got 2 headquarters there. We've got the command headquarters. They are breaking. We do have far more AV. It's just going to be a case of just having to dig them out, really. But yes, I do have 2 regiments over here and a mixed brigade, which is a regiment-sized unit. So I can have them made available to take these bases over here pretty quick, sharp. It's all about taking control of the Straits of Malacca. I can't do that until Singapore falls, and he knows that. So everything regarding MKB really is predicated on the fall of Singapore, because that allows me to move men, allows me to move ships, allows me to move everything. Once the Straits of Malacca is open, I can then immediately begin operating out of here. And that time is coming. It's not far away. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to have a bombardment over here at Clark once again. I will attack when the reinforcements arrive. I might even wait for the headquarters to arrive, perhaps. Might even wait 2 days and allow the engineers to arrive, really. I think so. Perhaps, anyway. I'm moving a special base force over here from Takao. The 31st Special Base Force to Lingayen, as that gives me some 30-odd AV. There's a armoured unit over here, which I don't think would be particularly useful over here at Clark with that terrain. I think it'd get beaten up. So for the time being, it can act as a rear guard over here at Lingayen. So that's fine. So we'd obviously have about 70-80-ish AV there then, which would be nice. Should be able to look after Lingayen. He's got these 2 units over here at Ema. We'll see. I don't know. He might move more forces to Clark. But we'll see about that. I think we do have the forces sufficient to defeat him. I think this is going to be a bloody battle. And this is it. I would have rather have fought this battle at Manila or Bataan even. Probably Manila. Out of those choices there. The reason being, at least it doesn't have as crazy defenses. Bataan has some nice offenses, but it's one of those that it can't really hold out against that many divisions. He can hold out longer at Clark. We'll see about that. I don't think it's going to be an easy campaign. I think we're obviously going to win here in the Philippines. We've got those 3 independent engineers there. I've got another independent engineer unit moving in here. What I'll be able to do is potentially even take additional forces from Malaya if needed, or potentially from elsewhere across the Empire if needed to take this. I wanted to take Bataan by... I'd like to have Bataan by the end of this month if we can. That would be nice. We'll see. I think that is achievable. I think it is doable. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I think what we have to do is we have to fight smart. Allow our forces to recover. You can see obviously these guys took some damage. So we'll get those headquarters in there. Get the headquarters in there. Get the other headquarters moving to the north end in time. So not today but tomorrow. And then at least it'll move possibly tomorrow, possibly the day after. But it'll be moving then within the next 2 days. 3 days at max. Moving towards Luzon. Which gives the other headquarters, I can get that then into a position where it can be useful in a couple of days. And that's it really. Or even if not, I can have it moved out elsewhere to be useful here. The good news is it's not so much a problem of not having enough men at this moment in time. It's pretty much a case of like, we just have to do what we have to do. We just have to break them down. And that does sadly take time. I'm moving a couple forces across China. There's 2 divisions over here that are moving towards this area over here. Sorry, 1 division's moving up this area. I'm moving another division over here, if I recall. Alright, that headquarters is... Right, okay. So, they can shift up over here. And on that unit. Right, they can shift up there. So move them to that hex. I'm going to have them begin to plan. Can I plan for that hex? No. Well, they'll be helping out by being there. I'll have them begin to plan for Sion. There we go. Right. Alright, they're moving there. So yes, I'm just assembling divisions, really. There's a couple divisions over here at this moment in time. I was waiting on a couple more. I'm trying to really get everything so it sort of flows together. I want to have like a unified push over here, unified offensive towards this area. I mean, it's all well and good if we defeat him here, because I could defeat him here right now. Obviously, I've got 2 divisions there. Well, we'll just wipe the floor with whatever's there. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that we can actually push as a unified front this way. So that's what I'm looking towards doing here. Okay. 4 fortifications. It is ×2 terrain, so that's a pretty tough one there, really. Not super tough, but pretty tough. Look, yeah, things are going well enough. Hopefully we come through the next turn with few losses. Ideally we secure Singapore. That would be very nice. I think I might attack tomorrow at Clark, but I might just wait another day for our forces to arrive. Like the additional engineers to arrive, really. I think that's something that we can do. Yeah. I'm bombarding with the artillery units because they're obviously good at that. I'm not going to do it with the divisions because I think it's one of those of where I don't want to use too much in the way of supply. Want to allow them, just give them the maximum time to rest. I think it's a case of where we'll attack deliberately with the divisions and then rest them, but just keep bombarding during the meantime with artillery, and then at least we can keep the pressure up. Let's see, over here I may have... Right, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here then... This was something that I'd almost forgotten to set up. And we're going to have a sweep over Clark. What I'm going to do over here then... I did have a save, but I think I might have actually lost a save somehow. So let's get these reinforcements in here. What I'm going to do then is actually have a KI-48 running ground attack on the actual base. Though, in fairness, I could actually do airfield attack. Airfield attack first, yes. So let's see, 50. I'm going to do 12,000 feet. Over here at Clark. In fact, we'll go with 17,000 feet. We know that's generally a safer altitude. He probably has some decent AA there. And so we'll go like that. So 50-50. What I'll do then as well is grab these Ki-27s. Give them some escorts. Right, there we go. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's always good to have a cap. So we'll do that. Set a rest there as well. So we'll do that. We'll sweep and we'll try and shoot down some of these aircraft. I'm not entirely sure what fighters these are. They could be potentially P-40s, but we'll have the Ki-44s engage there. But we also need to start hitting Clark's airfield. But just start hitting Clark from the air as well. And that's what we need to do to assure us a victory there. So yeah, all in all, I mean, this is it. 47 minutes in. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but this is just... this is the case, really. I'm moving 2 submarines out here. These 2 submarines over here have float planes. And this is only a preliminary plan for submarine operations, but they're going to be patrolling around here. I'm going to get some more subs out there. We do have more arriving. I'm going to have them broken up into like wolf packs, essentially. So you like have one submarine with a float plane, then you have a couple submarines without float planes. I'm going to have them there. I do need to actually move these subs around here, in fact. Now, you don't have a huge amount of range, but I want to have you patrol around here for the time being and then return to Tulagi. Tulagi is going to be a major submarine base. I don't even know if I'll be able to do that. Not a Ramal. Tulagi, maybe a little bit more standby. Right, we'll go with that. So then they can return to Tulagi. So this is why I'm moving so much fuel to Tulagi, so I can make use of it. These guys, they're patrolling there. He's patrolling there. There's a sub that's moving down that way. What I'm trying to do is trying to figure out where his carriers are. Just try and get an idea. We did see a suggestion of heavy cruisers over there to Townsville, which is intriguing. But we'll try and get an idea. He could be simply moving this way, but we'll see. We do have the H6K4s there at Roynamur. We do have things set up so, if needs be, I can get the hell out of Dodge. I'm going to actually move these cruiser mile eyes out of there. It really is just not worthwhile having anything more than what we need. Yeah, it's really not worthwhile. Get them moving out, and then they're safe for a truck, aren't they? I'm going to keep a couple AKs in that area just so we have some ability. I'm actually using AKs over here at Roynamur and AKs over here at BLeAcHACiD to actually move supply to Kwajalein. The reason being just to shed it around a little bit more evenly, rather than having it all in one base. That isn't super useful. Right. And these are actually nice cruiser miniers. That's an old one, isn't it? My god. It's got 15cm guns. I might have that moved to an we'll talk about next time, perhaps. Possibly link up with the forces over here really and act as an escort. So I think I might have them head to any talk. Yeah, I guess so, I guess. We'll move to Talk, which is 9 hex away. they moved 6, so it's going to take them 2 days to arrive at Niwatok. But yeah, they've got some guns there. They've got some guns. I mean, let's take a look. I think that old ship there looks like an old armoured. There's no armour there. Oh, I was kind of hoping for some armour, but I guess not. But that's still 14cm guns there. 2 of them. I mean, that's got 2... well, it's got 2-2. 2-2 there, I think. Oh, no, is it just 1 gun and 1 gun? I think that's just 2 guns there at the front, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, twins got 2. I think so. It's got 2 twins. It looks like 2 guns there, but I could be wrong. But either way, it's still got 15cm guns. It's got some AA. It's alright. It's got decent, it's got relatively decent AA compared to most cruisers that we have. Light cruisers, that is. So, make use of it. But yeah, I can have that potentially move there. It adds a potential bombardment for Wake Island after all, really, which is nice. Everyone I could potentially do is mine Wake, perhaps. Not. And this is it. Once Wake is taken, then its significance definitely downgrades as... Well, that's it. It becomes pretty much essentially a search base. So... Assault. I'm moving plenty of ships out of Luzon back to Takao. We have ships over here at Hong Kong that are transporting the 2nd RF, 5th RFs, 10th Independent Mountain and 20th Independent Mountain guns to Luzon. These RFs are nice. These are good as well, these 75mm mountain guns. They come in handy. Additional artillery. But yes, these 37mm AT guns can be moved down here. They're 7 army, which is good. So these guys have an army. So indeed, I'm going to get them moved in there. In fact, I do have a koi that's actually moving in here. It's not going to arrive yet, but it will be moving in there. You can see that's 7 army. 66th Infantry Regiment. That's moving out towards Xiao Xiao. I don't even know how you pronounce that. But it's moving out towards this end. But yeah, we'll have additional artillery then. It's looking good. It's looking good. I mean, the guns that we have, the engineers that we have, once we can actually wrest control of the skies as well over Luzon, that's going to be very handy as well. That'd be very, very handy. But I mean, there's 1479 soul value there. Obviously, I'll be able to get reinforcements into those units in the near future. Yeah, these mortars obviously took some damage, it seems. So actually, even again, I don't know if they were evident at their full TOE to begin with. They might have lost some during the unloading process. But yeah, we'll get more forces there, get more support, get more engineers, more infantry, more of everything will be good there. It's a good, strong force. It's a lot of artillery. It's a lot of heavy guns as well, which is good news. Lots of artillery, lots of engineers is always a handy thing. You can see that we have 141 engineers, 12 engineer vehicles. Obviously, if only all of those were Imperial Japanese engineers would be alright. But hey, Imperial Japanese Army engineers, I should say. But even normal engineers, I believe, can contribute to attacking forts, which is a good thing. But the issue is, it's not so much the forts and the problem, it's more so just the fact of the terrain, really. So it's just going to be a case, we're just going to have to grind him down. Just grind him. Grind him down. As much as we can. So this is where I'm going to have air power that can consistently keep hitting him from the air and just try and prevent him from recovering as quickly as we can recover. He's always going to recover quickly, fastest due to being a base there. We'll just have to see what we can do. We'll just have to see. Okay. We'll go with that. Fairly confident I've got everything here. Pretty good to go. Pretty good. Yeah, okay. Well, what I'm going to do here then is end the video for now. I'll have a quick look around. If I don't see anything, then I'll go ahead and send the turn off. But thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Tena Heka Banzai. To the future of the Empire, really. Thank you to all my patrons. I'm gonna get like an actual slide made, so then I can actually like hit a hotkey, and then everybody's name can be shown, everybody can see, and it's like not just me reading it off, which is boring for people. I think people will prefer that. But indeed, we've had some quite dramatic days, really. He's hurt us, but hopefully we're going to try to hurt him as well. But the beauty is we are winning. For now, anyway. We're taking key bases in the Dutch East Indies. I need to secure these. Like, I need to conquer. I'm going to look towards conquering Sumatra. Malaya is going to be conquered soon, So we'll finish off the conquest of Malaya, finish off the conquest of Sumatra, finish off the conquest of Borneo, Sarawak North, and Borneo. And that'll be nice. And then that's 3 parts of the Dutch East Indies that are completely Japanese occupied, which is good. Luzon, the Philippines in general, is going to take some time. But the good news is, once we defeat Clark, then that is the main challenge. Manila's going to be tough, but this is times 3. Once we own Clark, then we own Clark, and then that's it. We own the worst train in the island, so, pretty much. If we could force them south, that'd be great, so that's clear train, but we'll see. So there we go. Thank you so very much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this, please do click that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. I saw some analytics actually, and it says that about 80% of my viewers are not actually subscribed. So if you guys are not subscribed but you enjoy my content, please do subscribe. It does help the channel grow, which is awesome. Thank you very much. And if you feel I have provided the entertainment to keep you sane during these lockdown times, then please do consider becoming a patron of mine. It is much appreciated, and it definitely helps me out. Until next time, thank you for watching. Tena Haika Banzai. Oyasu Minasai.